to you. Welcome to Collaboration Over Competition. The conversation continues with my special guest, Apostle Keller.
Hello.
Hey, say hey to the people. Yeah, I'm too excited. I am too excited. She's like my third mom because I already got like a biological mom. That's my first mom. Then I have a second mama, and so now she's my third mom. But she's adopted me, and I'm so privileged to be a part of her adopted daughters. Truly appreciate this woman. She is such a great person, a true woman of God. She's really taught me a lot in the short amount of time that I've even known her. We met like a few years ago, and all this time she knew my family, had been praying for my family all these years. So it's just great to be in her presence. It's an honor. And before I continue, I would love for Apostle Keller to introduce herself. Tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and your why.
Okay, so I am Apostle Miriam Keller. I am an entrepreneur. I do have what we call Shop Talk Boutique, where I sell a variety of women's items, and I also sell Afrocentric items for men and women. I have a women's ministry called Shop Talk, Sisters Having Open, Positive, and Passionate Talks. I'm excited to be online today, and I do thank Tanya for allowing me this opportunity. I've been in ministry probably since the early 80s. I've pastored a church. I pastored a church from 2001 to 2015. And once becoming an apostle, God had moved me into another arena. It's a lot I could tell you, but I will say this because this is my passion. I do have a prayer ministry called Sweet Hour of Prayer and the Prophetic, and our 7th hour prayer watch. And that was established in 2014, and it's been strong and consistent ever since.
Yes, and I had did a little bit of trying to prepare, I should say, in the background. So I'm going to enter that in a little bit later, Apostle, so that as we're talking, that we can provide that phone number and that pin so that they can join you for Sweet Hour of Prayer, because that is a beautiful ministry that she does. And we're so excited about that. All of us that are part of the prayer line. And it just keeps growing. God keeps blessing. It keeps growing, and God keeps blessing. That's all I can say. That's what keeps happening. So I'm just typing that in real quick, y'all. Listen, just deal with it, okay? Just deal with it. Just hang on with me. This ain't technical difficulties. This is just listen. It is what it is. Because we want to make sure we get that in there. Okay. So I've been starting out this talk with asking people, like, what is their theme song? Starting this last year, let me back up a second. Collaboration Over Competition started last year, and it was all in like a continuation from my 4th annual Design with a Purpose event, right? Where the topic was collaboration over competition. So I wanted to continue that conversation with women in the community, right? Like, because we deal with this a lot, and how can we overcome it? What are your experiences? What did you do? How can you help? How can we help each other overcome this spirit of competition? Because that's what it is. And so I've been asking all of my guests to let me know what their theme song is and why. And the reason I do that is because some people feel that music can be therapy. Mm-hmm. Right. And whatever form of music that it is. But I just think it's curious. I think it tells us a lot about your personality as well. So what is your theme song? Whether it's all-time theme song, whether it's this year, stuff you've been dealing with, whatever. What is your theme song and why?
Well, that was a funny question to me. And I was like, geez, all these songs that I do know. But one came to mind, and it's a song by Fred Hammond that says blessed.
Yes.
Says, I'm blessed in the city. I'm blessed in the field. I'm blessed in my home. Blessed when I come. Blessed when I go. Yes. Blessed in the morning and the noonday. That's what it is.
Yes.
I'm just blessed.
Yes.
So that would be a theme song that I would actually use everywhere I go, because I'm blessed.
Yes. And you are blessed, and you're a blessing to others.
God bless
you. We are all blessed.
That's right.
I really appreciate that. And it is a great song. It's a great song to listen to, encourage you. It's more of an upbeat. So it kind of, you get into the groove of it, and you listen to those words, and you Allow those words to minister to you and allow God into your heart. I love it. I
Right.
love it.
Yeah, I love Fred Hammond, period.
Yes, that's what I was going to say too. I don't know if you follow him on social media, but he is actually very hilarious.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
On
I saw that.
I follow
Yeah.
him on Instagram, and
Yeah, I
so
saw that.
he's
That was
pretty
good.
funny too. He's pretty funny too.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into this conversation because again, we love bringing different women on and just having this conversation. So, first question is, what are some examples of when you've been in a competitive situation? That doesn't mean that it can be either be something someone put you in, something you didn't even realize you were going to be in, or something that just happened. You're like, wait a minute, how did I even find myself here?
Yeah.
And if you have more than one example, if you can narrow it down to two.
Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah. Thank God I was able to come up with two. But one of the ones that I did think of is when I worked in retail, where I started out in one department and went to the next department. And honestly, I had been in this particular retail store for about 3 years, and they literally had positions that come up as management, right?
Mhm.
And of course, I applied for them. One girl that did get the position actually deserved it, and I can honestly say that because she had been with the company a long time, and
Right,
she was a go-getter and she was a hard worker.
right.
But the second two people that came and that I applied up against probably hadn't even been in the place a year. Oh
Wow.
yeah, a year. So I was like, okay, so either I'm working for a boss man that's don't want to see African Americans hold any type of leadership position in this department, this
Mhm,
store, period.
mhm, mhm.
But it was something that I had to really deal with because first off, we human. And I was
Right,
like, okay, I couldn't be mad at the young ladies. It wasn't their fault. They applied
right,
just like I did.
right,
And so I was like, yeah, this ain't cool. Like, how you gonna overlook me? And I've been here with seniority,
right, right.
and you get a position not to the second person, but the third person that came in that hadn't even been there probably 6 months got the position over me in that management in that department.
Right, right.
So that was kind of heart wrenching.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I didn't appreciate that at all, but I had to deal with it.
How did you overcome that? How did you help yourself remove those feelings? Did you have a conversation with your manager? Did you just
No,
let it
no.
go?
Honestly, I'll be honest with you, like I do everything else. I prayed about it
Hmm.
because I was hurt and I was upset at the time. Took a while for me to get it past it. I'm not gonna tell you no. So it took me a while to convince myself that this had to work for your good, Miriam.
That's right. That's right.
This had to work for your good. Because I often say, and you hear me say it,
Yes,
promotion don't come from man.
that's right. Come
Promotion
on with
comes
it.
from God.
Yes,
Promotion
yes,
comes from
ma'am.
God. And
Yes.
so I had to say, you know what? Work. Don't be mad. Don't be bitter.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you got to do. Do your job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
then just, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
Because, and we have to convince ourselves, Tanya, he got to have something better for me.
it has to be.
And listen, I don't know what's going to happen down the road that's going to cause me maybe to lose the position anyway.
Come
So it
on.
was all good. I just
Come
had to
on.
deal with it.
It just wasn't your door to walk through.
There you go. It really wasn't, even though I wanted it to. But
Just but I think anybody that's listening to this can relate to that. I think
yeah,
we've all been in those situations. Like, wait a minute now.
right,
Let's even take it back to be so simple as I'm at you at a restaurant. Let's just back up out of being out of working,
right.
and everybody around you getting your food. Wait a minute. What I've been sitting
Yeah.
here
Oh,
for the past 30 minutes. What's happening?
yeah, for
Right?
real.
Why
Now,
am I being
yeah,
overlooked? So
yeah,
it can be
yes,
even in those simple terms. But I think we all have been in a situation where we're like, I know you see me,
right,
right?
right,
I know you see the work that I'm doing, the hard work that I put in, the
right,
dedication
right,
that I have. Like
right,
I'm here when nobody else is here,
right.
or come in when you need me, right? But you're gonna overlook me for someone else to come. I get it. Those are valid human feelings.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
that happened. Literally happened to me when I went to the beach a couple months. We went to a restaurant, sat in the
Hmm.
restaurant, and lady came up. The waitress came up, asked us what we wanted to drink, so forth, so forth. We told her. I'm telling you, once we got our food, I literally saw this woman on purpose walk past us and give everybody else refills of the drinks. No, for real. And I was like,
Wow.
oh my God, for real? You really just gonna walk past? No, like she had to get past us to get to her
To
other
get
cup.
to the right.
Never came and asked to refill. So watch this.
Uh-huh.
I said, okay. I said, excuse me, can I talk to your manager? Manager came up, and I'm gonna make it short. Manager came up.
Right.
I explained to the manager what was going on. The manager
Right.
defended her. She said,
No.
"No, listen.
No.
Oh no, watch this." She said, "Oh, she's one of my best workers. I really can't imagine her ignoring you, whatever, whatever." I said, "Okay."
Okay.
Let me tell you.
Okay.
I said to myself, "It's okay because I always do reviews, and my
There you go.
reviews get points." So I said, "I'm good." I said, "Okay, thank you."
Yeah.
And the devil said, I said, the devil said,
That's okay.
don't leave her no money. She don't deserve a
Come
tip.
on.
The
Come
Holy
on.
Spirit said, you don't do what she do. You show her you better than that. And walked up her and gave her a $10 tip.
Come on.
She needed a 10-cent tip.
She didn't need any tip.
And so, the look on her face made my day.
Yeah.
Because she can't believe I just reported her, but then I turned right around and put a $10 tip in her hand. And she looked at me like, wow. Like, for real?
Right.
Yes, ma'am. For real.
Because you just taught her how you're supposed to treat
Exactly.
people. Right. Exactly. She's the one in the service industry. You're a customer. You came in there to get some service.
Right. So
if you don't want to serve me, then maybe you shouldn't work here. Maybe you're not in the right business.
But guess what? I'll never go back to that restaurant.
There you go. And that too. And that too. So good morning, whoever that is. Good morning to y'all.
It's beautiful.
And I know this Linda Cowan because it says, "Hey, darling daughter and gorgeous apostle." So we know who that is. That's Linda Cowan. That's Linda Cowan right there. So what is your other example, Apostle? You said you had two.
Well, the other example was, and a lot of us might can identify with this, church.
Okay.
I don't want to call it competition as much as I want to call it intimidation.
Oh, okay.
Because when you're a strong woman, God has gifted you, and you've been in leadership position, pastor in my case, people can look at you like, I'm just as anointed as you are. Oh, and sometimes they try to make or play down who you really are. And so I decided, Tanya, because it was bothering me to the point where I didn't want to be there. And then I decided, hold on, what's your focus? Why did you come there to begin with? Why are you a part of that ministry anyhow? Right. And so now, I kill everything with kindness, and I do what I got to do, because it's okay that you see me however you want to see me. I just got to continue to portray who I know that I am.
Woo, that is powerful. Can I say this? Literally, this morning, I know you understand this, Apostle. God just sometimes just starts putting stuff in the thoughts in your mind, and it's of God because of what the thoughts are. Right. And one of the things that and I'm like, Lord, why is this? And now I know why it was put into my spirit because of what you just said. Right. We get some of us, and I am one of those, we get so caught up in what someone thinks of me or what someone said about me. But what difference does it make if I know that's not true?
Right.
If I know that I'm not who they say I am, right? And I think when we get to a point where those things truly don't bother us, like, I mean, we're humans, but I'm just saying, whatever. Then that's when you have some maturity and some spiritual growth.
Right. And then too, I had to say to myself, why you worried about how somebody feel? Why you worried about that? You're here on a mission from God. You're here on a mission from God. And so, what you do is put your hand to the plow. That's what you do.
Yes.
And just do what you got to do. Bring your gifts to the table and let God use you.
Amen. Their feelings have nothing to do with you. Their opinions have nothing to do with you.
Right.
Are you walking in your purpose and doing what God has called you to do? That's what it's about. Absolutely. And whatever intimidation that they're feeling, that has nothing to do with you. Whatever they're trying to put themselves in a competition or make you feel, or I don't want to say make you feel, but make other people think you're smaller than what you are. Let's put it that way. no, that they're not of God. Let's just go
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Oh, they got some issues. It's okay.
You know,
We're trying to get
yeah,
to the same
definitely got.
heaven.
That's
Hello.
all. Definitely got some issues.
Okay.
So we talked a little bit about how you overcame, but can you explain to us some other ways of how you've overcome just different things in your life that made you feel like, maybe you weren't worthy at the moment, or um, someone made you feel some kind of way, and it put you in your feelings for a little bit. How did you overcome that? And I heard you say prayer, and maybe that's what it
Yeah.
is. But how did you overcome
You
that?
you you sometimes you have to talk to yourself. Sometimes you have
Hmm.
to get by yourself and talk to yourself and continue to remember in your past the things that you have achieved, the things that have brought you forth. How did you get where you are now?
Yeah,
How did you
yeah,
get where you are now? And you have to be a strong person. And I know that's kind of hard to say, because now the next question is, how do you be strong?
mm,
Because birds of a feather
okay.
flock together. You don't get with
Come on.
somebody weak. You don't get with somebody with the same mentality of weakness. You get with somebody you see that's going somewhere. You get
Yeah,
connected to
yeah,
people that have creativity or visions or
yeah,
positive. You ain't calling yourself
yes, yes,
Miss Positive T for nothing, because guess what? We got to connect. We have to stay humble. We got to
yes,
stay
yes.
humble. We got to let our disappointments uh, roll off our backs. We have to
Hmm.
do that, because at one point of a time, we're going to all get disappointed. You
That's
have
right.
to check your emotions. You really do, because the
Yes.
first thing we want to say, well, I'm human, and you're right. We are human,
Hmm.
but we have
Yeah.
to bring a certain part of us under control so that we can go to higher heights and deeper depths. Because
Yes.
if we don't get our
Yes.
own attitudes in check, how are we gonna check somebody
Come
else
on.
out?
Come on. Talk
You
about
can't
it.
do that. You gotta listen.
No.
The man in the mirror is you.
That's
And
right.
there's a scripture
That's
that
right.
says we go to the mirror and we see ourselves, and then when we walk away from the mirror, we forget what manner of man we are,
Come on.
right? And we
Come on.
do. We check ourselves out to
Yes.
make sure everything's intact. Once I walk away, I forgot what color lipstick I might have put on. So even using that analogy, we got
Yes.
to always be a positive. We got to stay positive. We got to
Yes.
stay humble. We got to use the
Yes.
skills that God has given us. We got to get in our
Right.
proper position and work it. Whatever you do, I
Hmm.
may not be able to do that, Sister
That's
Tanya.
right.
And there's a
Right.
lot you
Right.
do. I can't do that. And I say I can't do that. Let me change that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
might can do what you do, but that's not what I've been
Hmm.
called to do.
Talk about it. That's right.
You
That's
know,
right.
so what happens is, if in one good way, I'm kind of getting past your questions, but
No, no,
one
no.
way that
Keep
we
going.
can get together and not be in competition, but to collaborate, is to find
Yeah.
somebody that you need to help you go forth and what that person can
Come
do.
on.
You, for
Come
example,
on.
you the tech lady, you the bomb. You
Thank
the
you.
web girl, you
Thank
the bomb.
you.
Why
Thank
would
you.
I go get somebody else when I'm already connected to you to do what I
Come
know you
on.
can already do?
Come on,
Come
Apostle.
on,
Talk
but I'm
about
your
it.
friend. But I'm
Come
connected to
on.
you. But you using everybody else but me. What's going on with that? How are
What
we
is up with
friends?
that?
How are we friends if you telling me, oh yeah, girl, I got me a website. Wait a minute, I do that, right? Oh yeah, I did, but I just decided. No, what's up with that?
Yeah. 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 Talk about it. Talk about it. Strangers will support you most of the time before your own family and friends
Right,
will.
right. And,
What
and,
is
and
up
let me
with
say
that?
this, Tanya. That's cool too. Because let me tell you about Apostle Keller. My
Hmm.
prayers always expose what I need to know.
Come
And
on.
if you
Talk
really is
about it.
my frenemy, if you're my frenemy, you get that?
Hmm. I
I
do. I
need
get
to I
frenemy.
need to know
I
that.
need to
So
know.
I know how
That's
much of a
right.
distance I need to give you.
Come
Now,
on.
I ain't
Talk
gonna be
about it.
ugly to you. I might be cordial with you. But because
Hmm.
you have been
Hmm.
exposed of who you really are in my life, I keep pushing
Yeah.
and I move on. But
Right.
Tanya, we need each
That's right.
other.
We
We
need each
really need each
other.
other. We
Oh my
really need
God.
each other, Tanya.
We really do. We really do. We would go so much further. I don't get it. I don't get the mentality. Like you just said, if I know this person can do
Right,
XYZ, why won't I go to them for their
right, right.
services?
And then
Or if I see you selling clothes, why am I going over here to the Amazon to order this same dress that I just saw that you posted on your website to
because I
order?
charge more than the Amazon. I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. But then you have to realize she's in business. That's how you have to
She is
think.
in
She's in
business.
business, so
Yeah.
her prices may be a little larger, right?
Yeah.
But the fact of the
Right.
matter is, I just talked to a lady the other day that ordered some stuff, not from me, from somewhere else,
Hmm.
right?
Okay.
And she said, "Well, I just assumed this is the size I needed. They were all too big." And
Ah.
I said, you know what happens is, instead of us wanting to pay a retailer, we
Mm-hmm.
go to somewhere else to save that money, and sometimes
Yeah.
we end up getting hurt more trying to save
Mm-hmm.
that money.
Trying to save
You
money.
know,
It didn't fit. It didn't work
it
out. It wasn't
didn't
the right material.
right.
In
And she
any
was
of
like,
that.
you're right."
Hmm.
You know, so but it's okay because one person, one person, one. Let me tell you this: one person don't have to make you rich.
Come on.
You know, it's too
Talk
many
about it.
out there that will do or need you, and then will take that same product and buy it from somebody else higher to keep from buying it from
Hi.
me. What we
Ain't that
doing?
something? What are we
Like what
doing?
we doing? Like you are
I don't
awesome.
get it.
Well,
I don't
you're
understand.
awesome. You do some good. Well, you're
Thank
just
you
so
so much.
professional.
Thank
No,
you.
you
I
are. I
appreciate
really
that. I
like
do.
that about you. Sometimes I
Thank
giggle.
you.
I do. I say, "No, she's just too much. What's she doing now? What is all this? What in the world?" Yeah, I do. But the thing I can say about
Mm,
you, Tanya, you walk in a spirit of excellence. You're the type
thank
of
you.
person that this is what I do, I'm gonna do it right.
Thank
And I
you. I
laugh. I
appreciate
do.
that.
I like,
I know you do. You laugh with
like my
me.
Jesus,
Listen,
what in the world? But I love it.
we've had plenty of conversations. Like, what are you
You're
doing?
so professional. I love that.
Thank you. Thank you. I truly appreciate that. I don't know what talking on my spreading positivity with Miss Positivity this week was being who be you.
Right.
I can only be
Right.
me, like you were saying
Right.
earlier. There's no other me. I think we were in the background. We were in the studio, and I was like, "Hey, just please be you." You was like, "I don't know who else to be."
Right. Right.
That is so true. Like, I can't be a better me than me.
Right.
Like, I'm not putting on any
Right.
airs.
Right.
I'm not. This is who I am,
Yes.
and you either love it or you leave it.
Yes.
It's one of the two.
Yes.
So I love
Right.
that. I love that. So let's get back to some of these other questions because this is the one I really love to ask women
Hmm.
is what inspires you as a woman?
Well, first of all, I like the fact that I'm a motivator.
Yes.
I love to inspire other women. Um, I also like watching other women that have their mindset and their hands on their vision and watch them work it. You
Oh,
know, because it's a lot of stuff that I'll back off from, and I can watch somebody else and say, just look how well they doing that. Look how good that
mm,
is. And um, being a woman motivates me to when I don't want to take on challenges. You got to just take challenges on because that's the only way you're gonna succeed. You
mm.
know, I can talk myself out of something quick. No,
Okay.
for real. Like you
Yeah.
really don't want
Yeah.
to do that. I mean, like going
Hmm.
live, for example, for the items that I sell. You know how many items I
Yes.
could have been unsold? You know how many times
Wow.
I've talked myself out of not,
Wow.
going on live. So what inspires me to be a woman is the fact that I can help reach somebody else. I can help pull somebody else out the fire. I can um help somebody else build whatever they're doing. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes. Yes.
And that
Yes.
is a part
Yes.
of collaborating. It doesn't
Absolutely,
matter
it
how much
is.
I know, Tanya. You can come back and tell me something and teach me.
We learn from each other. That's what we should do.
Yes.
That's
We
what we
can
should
help
do.
each other. Age has nothing to
Hmm.
do about it. My pastor is young,
Nothing.
but he is off the chain.
Talk about it.
And I get a
Talk
lot
about it.
from him. But thank
Hmm.
God for making me a woman that um don't mind being rebuked, don't mind being
Okay.
corrected, don't
Yeah.
mind,
Yeah.
helping somebody else, putting my hand to the plow and saying, hey, you know what, you can do that. I love motivating people. If you watch me, I'll put somebody up. The ministry, I'll say Shop Talk Ministry salutes. Because
Yes,
I
you
feel
do.
like it makes me feel good, Tanya, to help build
Yes.
somebody else up.
Absolutely. And I love it.
I
That's a
love
beautiful
doing that.
thing. That's a beautiful thing. And you absolutely are a motivator.
Yeah.
Absolutely 1,000,000%. are a motivator. Sometimes, I mean, I think about the people that you pray for, people that come to you for prayer, people that come to you for counsel or advice, and the weight that can sometimes put
Yes,
on you
right,
as a person,
right,
right? So you have to be a special person to be able to still help motivate someone else when you have all of their heavy
right,
come onto you.
right.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. Um, we talk about young and also learning from others, and age doesn't matter how old. I learn from my daughters,
right,
especially the youngest.
right.
That they're
Oh,
the they're the Gen Zers,
yeah, 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 yeah.
in the house.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's something about those Gen Zers that I just love.
Right,
I love them. I mean, all of our generational characteristics have pros and cons, right?
right,
But with them, I feel like they're the generation that know we gonna stand up. We're not taking this,
right,
not today.
right.
But she is so, and Destiny does it too. But more so, Kate, like, Mama, you can't say that. Mama, you can't do
Yeah,
that.
oh, yeah.
Because of the.
Oh,
And I'm like, listen, you gotta work with me now, because this is what we did.
right, right. Absolutely,
In my generation, you gotta give me a minute.
absolutely.
But it's just learning,
Right,
right? Because the world is changing. That's the reality. But one thing that stays constant and remains the same is the word of God,
right,
and that's what I try to tell my
right,
daughters. Right? Yeah, the world is changing, but remember, you know,
right,
this ain't
right.
changed.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Um, and you talked a little bit before, and of how you collaborate with other
Right.
women. Is there anything else that you want to touch on
Um,
as far as any other collaborations?
I do want to say this. Is how do you collaborate with other women? Because I have a
Mm-hmm.
women's ministry. I've had it for a while, but
Mm-hmm.
because of the ministry that I'm a part of now, so our first lady is over the women's ministry. Yeah,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
so I said that to say this. I try to stay humble, and I said to her,
Mm,
if you need me to help you, whatever you need, let me know. And see, that's what we
right.
mess up at. Well, I know more than her. I'm older than her.
Okay.
I'm
Come
older than
on.
her. I've been doing this for so
Come on. Talk about
so
it. Talk
so
about
what
it.
that mean? Because listen, I already told you where promotion come from, right?
Talk about
So
it.
what we
Come from
do
God.
is we help each other. Whatever I got in me, I can help share that and help you to
Yes.
grow. We can grow together.
Right. And we have to be willing to accept that help
True. That's
too.
true.
You
I
know,
like that.
because some people are
That's
like,
true.
"No, I got this." you know
Right.
but you have to be willing to open up your heart and your mind just to receive
Right.
other people's
Right.
recommendations and constructive feedback and
Right.
criticism, because be mindful of how you trying to tell someone about
That's right.
themselves, because if it ain't
Right.
constructive, then you're gonna pay it. So constructive criticism all day, I need it.
Right.
That's the only way I know how to grow, because I'm who I am.
Right. That's
So I
right.
don't necessarily, some things I don't necessarily know that I'm doing is not
Right.
necessarily right, or I can do it this way,
Exactly.
right? Because I'm used to who I am.
Right.
I'm used to doing it this way.
Yeah.
So no, I love that.
Yeah, and
I
she's
love
doing an
that.
amazing job. She is doing a great
Good,
job. Yes. Love her so
good.
much.
And that's her position, though. That's her position, and that's her purpose,
Right.
as the pastor's
Yeah, I
wife.
love it. Awesome
Come on
woman.
now.
She's awesome. She's awesome.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give women who may be experiencing competition, or, maybe they've been put into a competitive situation? How can they turn that into collaboration, or at least a positive
First
experience,
of
so
all,
they don't walk away being
yes. I
upset?
said this earlier, kind of got ahead of myself. Stay humble.
Hmm.
Stay
Hmm.
humble. Don't let your disappointments get the best in your emotions.
Yeah,
You got to stay
yeah.
humble. I wrote down on this. You may have been a manager for many years, but go to
Hmm.
a job like you want to, like you go to a job. You might have managed for forever, been a management.
Yeah.
Then you go to a
Hmm.
job, you don't get the management position, or if something comes open and you qualify and you don't get it, do what you do and do best.
That's right.
Because the Bible says your gift will make room for you and
Come
bring
on.
you before great men. So
Yes.
whatever you
Yes.
do in any given situation, give your best. Give
Yes.
your best.
Yes.
Give your
Yes.
all in all,
Hmm.
because there's no I in team.
Come on, talk
It's
about it.
not. And you got to be
Mm-mm.
a good team player.
Yes,
So
that's what it's
even
about.
even when I got my little feelings hurt, I still had to do my job.
That didn't
I
change.
still had to do my job. And sometimes you don't allow the enemy to see you sweat. You got to get
That's
past it
right.
and you got to move on. You
Yeah.
know,
Now that's facts.
yeah,
That's facts because you still have a livelihood,
right,
right? And so, some people can get hot headed, and because they didn't get that promotion, well, I'm out of here. Okay, well, you're not doing nothing hurting yourself
right,
because they have a job.
right, right,
You know,
right, right. And how do you know that you don't might you might end up being the CEO of the company? I mean, I'm so
come on, talk about
serious.
it. Talk
You
about it.
know,
I've been in those situations.
wow.
I've been in those situations where someone it's actually me and Dominique, Dom,
Yes.
me and her were pitted against each other so much at this
Wow.
company that we worked for. It
Wow.
took us a while. That's why I think our bond is so strong,
Isn't
right?
that
Because
amazing?
it's amazing. It was two
Mm.
other women that looked like us that was pitting us against each other, and they're in management.
Ah,
But what it is, at the end of the day, they saw what we had.
uh-huh,
Let's just break it on down.
uh-huh.
They saw what it is that we
Right,
had, but instead of trying to build us up and get us to that next
right.
level, they're trying to keep us down here.
Intimidation.
We both watched both of them get walked out the door. Did you hear what I said? And we still have a job.
What? Oh,
Yes.
that's a testimony.
Come on, you cannot do wrong by people and prosper. I don't care who you
Right,
are.
right,
It doesn't work
right,
that way.
right. But look,
It
but
just doesn't.
look, but look how you and Dom is friends. Isn't that I
Never
love
would have
it.
known that we went through
I
that.
love it.
Never would have
Because
known.
you know
Yeah,
what? One of y'all could have attitude and flipped out and listened to them and acted. And
right.
God always had a plan for you and Dom to
Yes, he
connect,
did.
even in the midst of
Yes,
the
he did.
negative.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
So
Oh, I love our
that's
story.
good. That is a
Some
great
people will say.
story. That's a great
Mhm.
story. And you should always tell it because the end of that or the theme of that is don't listen to other people's negativity. Always stay positive and see what the
Mhm.
outcome's going to be. Because y'all can't, I
Yes.
mean, I love that. You could have
Yes.
flipped and said,
Yes.
you know what, I ain't working with her. Yeah,
I ain't
and
working
they
with her.
right about what they saying about her because she is like that.
Same thing you was saying about me earlier. She was like, "Oh my God, you get on my nerves. All professional, all you know, because it's just who I have always been." And she was like, "I know when Tanya was training, like I had to have my little pen and paper because
Where did you get that from? Where did that come from? You don't know?
I wish I knew. It's just I don't know. I really don't know. It's
Wow.
just who I am.
Wow.
It's just who I am, and I don't know.
It's okay.
I am who I
And
am.
and I am who I
And I
am.
and I got to a point where I said I really started learning this year how to even embrace it. Like I'm not apologizing
Right,
for
right,
it. This is who I
right,
am.
right. Yeah,
It's like I don't know who else to be
right.
other
And
than
that's
me.
good. That's good.
Yeah, and there's a time when to unbutton the top button and let it loose,
Uh-huh.
right? But yeah, it's just the way I'm driven. That's the best way I can
Wow.
put it.
Wow.
Best way I
That's
can put it.
awesome.
Somebody said we love it and we love you. Well, I love you
Yeah.
back.
Amen.
God, this is what you get with Miss Positivity. Okay.
Right.
That is Miss Positivity. That's what you get. So Apostle Keller, I just want to thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
being a part of it. Before we go, I want to make sure that everybody understands that Apostle Keller has this wonderful website, shoptalk.com. If you haven't already visited, please visit her website and understand the services that she offers. One being Shop Talk
Yep.
Boutique. If you're not already on the Facebook group, listen, Apostle Keller, I'm gonna tell you something. I spend money with Apostle Keller. I'm like, Apostle, I like this. I might not be one of her top customers, but
No,
I'm
it's
I'm a
okay.
customer.
It's okay. No.
But she has the most beautiful things. And do you want to talk a little bit about
Yeah,
your Shop
well,
Talk Boutique?
listen, y'all. I love to make women feel good about themselves and look good. And it actually kind of started out with doing Afrocentric clothes for men and women. And then next thing I know, I found a site that did sundresses, and it was over after that. And then I'm a camouflage freak. So if you need anything camouflage, I'm the woman you need to come see. Yeah.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Yes, she is.
For real. I love camouflage. I don't know where that comes
She has
from.
some nice and tie dye.
And yeah. And I'm
She
getting
loves
ready to put tie
camouflage
dye
and
on
tie dye.
sale. Yeah,
What?
I got this. I got some tie dye
Say what now?
shirts Got some tie-dye kimonos, the short length, and then I have some bad to the bone Afro print sarongs and some tie-dye sarong. They're
Oh,
gorgeous. I
come
took them
on,
out of the
come on.
store, so now I'm gonna put them on sale.
All right, y'all. Shop Talk Boutique on Facebook. Now we on
Yeah,
Facebook. Okay, so all you gotta do is go over to Shop Talk
yeah,
Boutique and join her
yeah.
group.
And I think
Okay,
I'm gonna
and
actually
see
take
all the
time and do a
sales.
live, Tanya, so they can really
Okay,
see the effect of the tie-dye. So I can get rid of it. I got too much.
listen.
And I'm also gonna be doing some dresses real soon, for real, for real.
Yeah.
And the dresses are gonna start out at least probably $10, no
Ooh,
more than probably 25. And they are regularly
yes.
40, 45.
I love when you go
Yeah.
live. And that live you did where I purchased like I think I got like 4 dresses because I did. But because you get to see it, it's one thing like
Right.
I love the models,
No, right.
like your model, your daughter
Right.
and our cousin, and the models. That's great. But I like when you come out and you're talking about
Right.
it because you know the material,
Right. Right.
body
Right.
types. So you can tell us,
Right.
oh, okay, it's a large, but it's really gonna fit an extra
Right.
large. Or you know what I mean?
Right.
That is very
Yeah.
helpful. So I appreciate
Right.
you doing
Yeah.
that. So somebody put a comment. Let me see what they say. Oh, that's Linda County.
But you know what? I do want to end with.
That's Linda
I
County.
would like to end with giving them that prayer line number.
Yeah,
Always
I'm about
pray,
to go up
right?
there. So that is so
Oh, look
true.
at
And so
you!
this is Apostle Cal. That's what I was doing. I was like, hold
Look
on, y'all.
at
Okay, I gotta type it in
you!
now.
See, look at you!
Y'all
See,
need
look at you! Wait.
just doing too much.
No, no, you're
No,
not.
no,
I
that
love
was a
that.
joke. That was a joke because I said that to myself like, no, you're not doing too much. You're doing just
That's
right.
right.
You're doing just enough.
That's right.
But sweet hour of prayer. So you want to tell us a little bit about
Yes. So, sweet
your
hour prayer. Let me say this to anybody that has never been on the prayer line, and every prayer line may not be for you. I'm okay with that because I ain't the only person in the world that's praying. I'm not the only person that has a prayer line, but we pray Mondays at 5 a.m. And then we come back on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays and pray at 12 noon. You come on the line, you don't have to mute yourself, you're automatically muted. And of course, I do the praying, and I do God give me a word and prophesy. Your phone number might be called out while you're online. Your name might be called out, but
that's right.
it never hurts to try one time just to see, and it never hurts to pray. We can't get too much prayer.
No,
Hello.
mm-mm,
And
mm-mm.
that
No,
5
ma'am.
a.m. prayer, a lot of people say, well, it's hard for me to get up. Listen, baby doll, get up and set your day. Get
Yeah,
up
that's a good
and
point.
set your day. 5 a.m. prayer,
Mhm.
get up and set. You get up to get ready for work. And you know what I tell people? You ain't got to pray. All you got to do is turn your phone on. Lay back down if you want to, but you're covered under that prayer.
You're covered. And don't go to sleep if you're gonna lay back down. Don't do that.
Well, that's right. So don't
Listen.
lay down. Sit up.
So don't lay down.
No, don't lay down. Get you some milk.
Because
Get
you're
you
gonna
some
go to
coffee.
sleep.
Get you some coffee or something. That's right. You lay
Sit
down,
up.
it's a wrap. What?
Yeah, because you're gonna go back to be snoring on the prayer
Tanya,
line. Don't do
Tanya,
that. Don't snore on the prayer
Tanya.
line.
As loud as I am, they'll wait. Don't let me get
Hey,
excited.
and you're gonna wake up, turn it up, turn up the volume. Okay. I
Oh
love
my
it.
God.
Yeah, so I am a member of the prayer
Yes,
line,
she is. Faithful.
and again, it was my beautiful Aunt Stella
Wow.
that had been on your prayer line for
Ain't that
years.
something? Yeah.
And I did not know
Yeah.
it. And how we met and found that
Right.
out. It was just
Yeah.
wonderful. So you've been praying for my family forever.
I
Didn't even
have.
know it. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at God and how He
I
works.
know.
So because He's amazing. And before I go, everyone, I got to throw it in there about my sixth annual event because it's coming up.
Yes. Oh, yeah, yeah,
Design with a Purpose is October 21st in Raleigh, North Carolina. It'll be from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. this year because we're going to have a special hour, 6 to 7, where we are going to honor our DWAP nominees and announce the award winners. So it's 6 categories: Game Changer, Woman of the Year, Woman Owned Business, Woman to Watch, Author of Influence, and Next Generation of Change. So please get those nominations in so that we can get these women, these sheroes, these local celebrities in our communities that's out there making positive change. We want to get them on the platform so that they can see and feel the love, I should say. Sometimes people don't do things for recognition, right? But it's also good to be recognized every once in a while, and that's what we want to do.
right. I think
That's
that's
what we want to
awesome.
do. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Somebody said she got you covered, Apostle. I think that was because of the 800, the prayer line number. Yeah, I'm on it. I'm on it, Apostle.
Amen.
Thank you so much, everybody who tuned in on a Saturday. I know it's a Saturday. I'm gonna let you go. We went over just a little bit. Thank you for tuning in. Apostle Keller, is there anything you would like
I
to
just
leave
have a
us with?
question because I went to look. I saw that where do you go and click on to get a ticket for your event? Is it in
Oh, okay.
is it in
Yeah. So
go ahead.
it is in a number of my posts, but what
Okay.
I can do is repost the flyer
Uh-huh.
again. And when you click on that link, it opens up the
Okay,
Eventbrite
got you.
page.
Okay.
And that's where how you get your
Yeah.
tickets. It's $20 in advance, 25 at the
Right.
door.
And so that's a question too for that question was really a good question for anybody that will come back and hear this and need to know that.
Yeah,
Boom.
that's right. See, boom.
Boom.
You see how we just collaborated,
Yeah.
y'all see
Yeah.
that? Because that's what that was.
Right.
That was
That's right.
collaboration right there from Apostle Miriam P.
Yeah.
Keller.
You're so pretty,
Apostle,
Tanya.
thank you
So
so
pretty.
much. I got one dimple. Where's that? Oh, there it is. I got one dimple.
So pretty.
Thank you. I appreciate you so
Yeah,
much for
I
being
appreciate
here
you
and being a
asking.
part of it and being in my life.
Amen. Oh, I
I'm
feel the
truly
same
grateful.
way.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Anything else that because you
No,
had the question?
sweetie,
Anything else
just
you want to
enjoy
say?
your day and be happy on purpose.
All right, everybody. Y'all heard that from Apostle Keller. Thank y'all so much for joining. If you come back and watch, put hashtag replay in the comments, and we'll see you later.
Yes. Bye,
Bye bye.
y'all. Bye bye.